this week's episode of Whimsy with the Z. I'm your host, Ben. All right, this one's going to be the first week of September. But it's also like the third recording I've done. So the last 2 months, we've gotten to know some kids, how they enjoy their summers, what are they doing for school. We've got a little bit of info about who they are as individuals, but today I'd like to go ahead and just spend the entire time getting to know. Today we're going to get to know Alice. How you doing, Alice?
I'm doing good. Yeah.
Good. How is school going?
School's going good. We recently were supposed to have, I think, progress reports, but I didn't get mine.
Why not?
I don't know. Because I thought they were going to pass out a paper or something. But they didn't. I'm not sure.
Have you listened to any of the other episodes that have been out?
Not all of them, but a couple.
Okay. The ask for this month is to listen to all 6 of you. Because we're going to try to get to know everybody a little bit. And I think, for the most part, I've done a couple of these successful. I enjoy it. Everybody's more comfortable. Are you more comfortable 3 months into this now, talking, hanging out?
Yeah, I am a lot more comfortable.
Very cool. Last month, you said that you and your friends might want to be podcasters. Have you guys thought about it any further?
No one said anything about it at all.
That's all right. It's one of those in the moment you're like, it would be cool, but it doesn't come back around again for a little bit. It happens. All right. Alice, do you have any siblings?
I do. I have 4.
4 siblings.
Yes.
Who are they?
I have she'll be 13 this month. I have a sister.
Okay.
And then I have a brother who's, I think, 8. He turned 8 in January. And then I have another sister who's, I think, about 5 or 6. Her birthday was in June. And then I have my other brother who's a year old.
So you're like the oldest by 12 years? 10 years? Do you like having significantly younger siblings?
I think it's all right. Like, because it goes down.
Right.
Like every so couple years, you know?
Would you have preferred to have a older or slightly younger sibling?
Maybe an older sibling?
Are you the favorite because you're the oldest?
That depends.
On?
Well, it depends. With my dad, maybe.
Okay. Because I'm the oldest and I'm the favorite. I just got to get that out there for everybody. Do you like the youngers? Like, do you like having like the baby, the 1-year-old? Like, are you like super happy playing with the younger ones and doing all the little kid stuff? Or do you kind of just keep yourself isolated to yourself?
I mean, yeah, I enjoy like spending time with them and stuff like that and playing with them and whatnot. And then, of course, like other times I just like, it'll give me some space, get away from me, you know? Like, you're sticky.
Do you have any pets?
No, but I wish.
What do you wish you had?
A cat.
A lot of cat people in this group.
I'm fine with either a dog or a cat, you know, but
right.
Cats are my favorite.
What kind of cat?
Whatever cat. I want to get a Mancoon cat.
A Mancoon?
Yeah, those huge ones.
All right, we're going to look it up real quick. Man Coon.
The Maine Coon. It's MAINE and then COON.
Oh, dude, those things are huge.
And
They got that big. Then they got that big old tail.
Yeah, I want one.
Oh, and it looks like they have the real pointy ear too. All right, so you want a lion, but in a cat form.
Yeah, or like a little Siamese cat.
Okay,
those are cute.
Okay. Any other animals that you would like to have?
A dog.
Big, small, medium?
Either. Doesn't matter. You know those huge, like those huge dogs that look like they're like a bear or something?
Like a Beethoven, like a Saint Bernard?
Something like that, yeah.
Okay.
Those are.
What would you name your dog? What would you name your cat?
Oh. That's a good question. I've never thought about that.
I guess it's kind of an unfair question because you have to see the animal first and see how they interact before you're like, oh, you definitely look like a peanut, or you definitely look like a Duke.
Yeah.
Fair enough. I strike the question. Food. What's your favorite type of food?
I don't really know, but I really like pasta.
Pasta. You can only eat one thing for the rest of your life. Pasta. What kind of pasta? Do you like the red sauce or the white sauce?
Like chicken Alfredo?
Yeah.
That's my favorite. That's my favorite.
Do you like the grilled chicken or the crispy chicken on it?
Either is good.
I didn't realize some. I don't know who I talked to, but they were like, "Yeah, you can." Mark, he was like, he likes Olive Garden, and he's like, he does the chicken Alfredo also, but he does the crispy chicken instead of the grilled chicken.
Yeah,
I didn't know that was a thing. I'm gonna try it when I go. Favorite desserts.
Favorite desserts. I really like cupcakes.
Cupcakes?
Yeah.
What kind? Chocolate, white, funfetti?
Chocolate.
What? Chocolate frosting, vanilla frosting?
Vanilla.
Chocolate? Or do you get something else? It's your birthday. I'm making you cupcakes. What kind of frosting? It's your big day.
Frosting.
Which one?
Cream cheese frosting.
There you go. That's what we're talking about. Favorite drinks? Soft drink.
Like soda? My favorite is Sprite.
Any beverage, yeah.
Sprite.
Why Sprite?
I don't know. Just like if you get a Sprite at McDonald's, that first sip you take, it's like TV static.
Do you notice the difference between McDonald's Sprite versus every other Sprite?
A little bit.
Yeah, this is a double filtration system that they use. Well, it's something for you guys to know. Does it have to be Sprite, or can you do like a Sierra Mist or a 7?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just a clear soda. Lemon lime. Done.
Yeah.
Some of your hobbies. Books, TV, movies. Do you like to read?
Yes.
Who do we like to read?
I don't know. I don't have like a specific author that I read. It's just like different books. Yeah.
What kind of books?
Like what other people think is boring, just long chapter books. And then what's the word? I don't know what kind of genre it is, but the universe is shrinking and I'm the only person that knows what's happening, that type deal. And then
do you have a favorite book? You have a book that you've ever read more than once.
A book that I read more than once? What's it called? Dogman or something like that? Does that count?
I like it. I'll take it. I like it. That's good. Do you read as much as you would like, or do you think you're reading just enough?
I don't read as much as I'd like. I want to read more. Yeah.
Do you ever do like an audiobook?
No, I never tried.
I like audiobooks.
Yeah.
Sometimes there's something nice about just like chilling, laying down, and just listening to it instead of holding a book. Televisions and movies. What are your favorite TV show of all time? Favorite movie of all time?
Okay. Favorite movie of all time? There's multiple. One of them has to be Treasure Planet.
Treasure Planet.
Yes.
Whoa, that's the old animated one? Wait, hold on. Let me make sure this is the one I'm thinking of. No.
It's animated, yeah.
From 2002. Okay, that one's not the one I was thinking of. Oh, it's by Disney.
Yeah.
Okay. Why do you like this movie so much?
Well, I don't know. It's just something about it. I just like how it's like outer space, and pirates and stuff like that. Oh, but it's like sort of modern, like futuristic type deal. And then also when I was younger, I had a crush on the main character. That's not the point.
You never forget your first love. What other movies? You said you had a couple.
I really like Coraline, like stop motion type deal, like Coraline, Box Trolls, Paranorman.
My daughter loves those movies.
I love those movies.
We got her watching them just before it got to the point where she can realize that it was like a little scary / creepy. But yeah, she loves Coraline. Absolutely. TV shows.
I really like. There's this one show called Heartstopper. I'm a teenage girl, right? It's a show about it's just gay teenagers.
Okay.
Yeah, and I love it because I started reading it. It's like a it's like a comic, whatever, like webtoon type deal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then it was turned into a show. Yeah. And then it was turned into a show. And I love it. And I'm waiting for the 3rd season to come out next month.
Is it a recommendation that I should watch?
I mean, I don't know if adults like it because it's just a bunch of gay teenagers,
I'll watch it. All right, it's on my list. I'll have it all. I'll be caught up by next month. We can talk about it.
It's a really wholesome type thing, and then they show other stuff.
Okay.
Like a gay teenager trying to come out to the people they know.
So it follows the struggle of like how and when to come out, who to come out to first. How do you tell your parents?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then for teens that struggle with bullying from it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so you can relate a lot to it. You've seen or been part of it.
I was never bullied for being gay, but I did struggle a bit with some anxiety before coming out to my family. Yes.
How did your family take it?
My mom's side, honestly, there's a bunch of lesbians. So my grandma is married to a woman.
Okay.
Yeah, and then my mom also herself likes men and women. Yeah,
So you have a boyfriend. So are you more On the bi side, or
I don't specifically have a label. I just like who I like, you know?
okay.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. I don't know if there's okay. But you do like both male and female?
Yes.
Boy, girl, okay. Were your friends pretty accepting of it? Were you nervous to come out?
In general, because like when I first came out, like to a couple friends, like I had like one or two of them that also like liked girls or like whoever. So like I felt like it was okay, you know.
When did you? Because you're 17 now. When did you finally come out to your parents?
6th grade.
Oh, so you knew from that far back, from that young?
It was an adventure.
I think it's good that you felt comfortable that early, because I think a lot of people, I think probably like this show would show people struggling to find that right time, and they just carry it for years. And the fact that you were able to be like, yeah, like here it is.
Yeah, because it's like when you first find, like me, example, I'm a girl, so like, oh, like, yeah, I find a girl pretty, but it wouldn't necessarily mean that I like her.
Mm-hmm.
But then once you realize that you don't just think the girl's pretty, you're like, wow, like let me give her a smooch, you know, like
when it hits, when you go from boy crazy, like boys smell, to I kind of like boys, but then you know it's that same time frame where you're like, I also like girls in the same way.
Yeah.
Do you have any advice for anybody who's struggling with whether or not they should or how?
It's just when you know, like when you know, you're the only person that's gonna know when is the perfect time for you to come out. Okay. So whoever.
So there is no rush.
Yeah,
to come out.
There's never a rush, because it's something that only you can tell the people that you trust and the people that care for you.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you like to do in your free time?
My free time? Well, recently I started rewatching a show called Steven Universe.
It's like, that looks amazing. Do you also do Adventure Time?
I wanna watch the whole, like, all seasons, because like from when I was younger, you know, I just see like the couple episodes here and there because it's on Cartoon Network, but I want to like actually thoroughly watch it.
Steven Universe is one of those that's on my list of go back tos. That one and Adventure Time, but Adventure Time is like 11 seasons. It's like 160 episodes or something.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't have patience for that right now. All right, what else are we doing in your free time?
Painting or coloring. I have this big coloring book that my uncle gave me.
Okay.
And it's just like a bunch of like pictures of like animals and stuff like that. It's actually really cool. I did this one of octopi.
Oh, very cool. So so that one is more like coloring?
Yeah, but I also used my watercolors.
Mm-hmm.
So.
What do you like to paint? What type of paint do you like? And then like what type of paint? Landscapes, portraits, abstract?
I want to learn. I really like landscapes and stuff like that, and like nature, you know. And I want to learn how to do that, like a lot better, because I'm not that good. But I have done a couple like abstract type ones. I've done a couple abstract ones, and then I did this little painting of bubbles.
Just everything in little bubbles?
because like you can use like something like a circle, like a little container or something. You put like white paint, and then you press it onto the.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Canvas, yeah, and then you take other like little colored paints, and then you do it like for the shine of a bubble, you know.
Oh, that's actually interesting.
Yeah.
What other hobbies do you have other than painting and drawing? What hobbies would you like to learn? What would you like to pick up?
I don't really know.
Crochet, sewing, kickboxing.
I want to be able to go to the gym while at home again. There's that. I mean,
you like working out?
Yeah.
Why do you like working out?
Just like, I don't know how to explain it. Because like at first, I'm gonna be honest, I first wanted to start going to the gym because a while ago I was a little chunkier, you know. So I wanted to go to the gym to like lose that and like gain muscle as well.
Right.
Because I didn't think I had like a lot of muscle.
But once you started, like now, if you went to the gym, would it be for the same reasons, or would you?
Well, I lost weight.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's more like I just want to like get more muscle and stuff like that, and like be fit. You know, I don't want to be like those like huge buff bodybuilders. You know?
There is something nice and relaxing about going to the gym, and then whether it be running or stairs or the bike or just lifting. That is just something like I'm sure there's a chemical aspect to it too, of like lifting all of it and kind of getting all those juices flowing and everything else.
Yeah. Because I mean, like with working out and stuff like that, you also you got to make sure you eat properly, you got to sleep properly. It's like because it's works with everything.
Right.
It affects everything. So like if you didn't eat or sleep, like, if you didn't eat for 3 straight days and you got 3 hours of sleep for a week, I'm pretty sure if you went to the gym and tried to lift up like 200 pounds, you pass out right on the spot.
Right. Okay.
But like,
it kind of helps you keep everything else in check a little bit because it all correlates together.
Yeah, and for some people, it relaxes them. It like keeps in check with their emotions. You know.
You get some mental health through it.
Yeah.
How do you unwind from a hectic day?
From a hectic day?
Hectic day. School's a mess. It's raining. Kids are screaming all over the place and they're sticky. They're touching you. It's hectic. What are you going to do to unwind?
All right. Hectic day. You said
yes.
Terrible school day. It's raining. Kids are crazy.
Yes.
Well, I don't mind the rain. So that would already make me feel better.
Okay.
I guess I would probably just come to my room, close the door, and listen to music because I find comfort in it.
What are you listening to?
Well, my favorite artist, Billie Eilish, she has her 3rd album, which is my absolute favorite.
Why is she your favorite?
I don't know. Just like her music. I just really like it for some reason.
She's doing amazing things right now.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure on Spotify she's like number 1.
Yeah.
In the world.
Do you listen to any other genres of music?
I do. I listen to like I think it's like technically metal. I'm not really sure, like rock, you know, or like indie music type deal.
Who do you like in the indie side of things?
There's, I don't really know, but I like, cause like, you know how there's like the people that like make their songs in like the room by themselves, you know?
Yeah.
Type deal. There's like the artist named Claro. What the freak? I used to listen to Girl in Red.
Okay.
And then there's a couple more. I don't really remember the names.
You like country? That's a no, everybody.
Depends on the song. Depends on the song. Because there's certain songs that I know and that I'm cool with, you know?
Right.
I like Korn and like Slipknot.
Oh, you like the screamy rock, the screamy metal. I could do Korn. I don't think I gave Slipknot enough of a chance, but they're very screamy.
Yeah. I also like Deftones.
Okay. How long does it take you to kind of unwind?
I mean, really, it depends on how hectic of a day it was.
The worst hectic day you've seen?
Worst ever?
Ever.
Oh, it takes me the whole rest of the day. And maybe the next.
You come home, you lock yourself in the room, you listen to your tunes, you maybe skip dinner, and you just write it out?
Yeah.
All right. What does your best weekend look like?
My best weekend?
You can do whatever you want.
Probably like hang out with a couple friends, you know? Like at home, or we go out to eat or something and we just like laugh and talk, you know?
When you guys hang out at the house, do you hang out in the room, or do you hang out outside or in the communal areas like the living room?
Well, depending on whose house, like our one friend, we would go to her house every Wednesday because we got out early. We would be like in her room, or we would come out to the living room, or we would go outside. We went out into her pool in her backyard. Or
so you're just everywhere. You're just like, this is our house right now.
Yeah.
Wherever the mood takes you. All right.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
If you could visit any one place in the world, where would you like to go?
I think I would want to go to Europe. Maybe like Greece.
Okay.
Like
any particular reason why?
That, huh?
Any particular reason why?
I want to see the Colosseum.
There you go. I like it.
I want to see the Colosseum.
What would your perfect vacation look like?
Perfect vacation?
Yeah. You going to Greece, or vacation you're going to do something else?
I don't know. I've never really thought about that. Probably, like, I guess, not specifically Greece, but just, like, in general. Like, to go anywhere.
Do you have a favorite vacation that you've been on?
Favorite vacation? I think I went to... It was when I was younger. And it was when my dad still lived in California, and I would go to visit him. And I went with my cousin and my tia and whatnot. And we were in California, and we went to, I think, the Santa Monica Pier. I don't know. We went to some pier, and it had, like, rides and whatnot. And there was what's it called?
Ferris wheel.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And we went on it, and it was, like, kind of, like, as it was, like, sunset.
Oh, nice.
Mm-hmm. I thought it was cool.
Are you afraid of heights?
No, not really.
You okay with airplanes?
Yeah.
Would you go in a hot air balloon?
I'll try it.
All right, fair enough.
Sounds scary, but I'll try it. I think it's better than skydiving or bungee jumping.
Oh. Because you're in a box versus falling.
Yeah.
Okay. It looks like half of the Whimsy kids are split on heights.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the only reason I asked.
All right.
What does your dream job look like?
Well, I thought of maybe going into cosmetology as a career.
What are you doing? Hair, makeup?
Yeah, it's hair, like dyeing people's hair, cutting, like a whole bunch of different stuff.
Would you want to do all of it? Like, do they also do nails?
I think so, yeah.
So would you want to focus on one area or just all around, just making people pretty?
I wanna focus more on hair.
Okay.
The other stuff, it would be like nice to know, like, oh, I could do this.
Right.
But I want to focus more on hair.
And why do you like that idea?
I don't know. I feel like ever since I started doing my own hair, it's just like something that I love it. I just love doing it. And I love doing it for like other people. Like my cousin, she'll be like, oh, like I want to dye my hair, like I'm like, oh, you should let me do it for you. You should let me do it for you.
What kind of feelings do you get when you dye your hair? Like, when do you know you need to do it, and then how do you feel afterwards?
Like when I know I need to like I need to trim my hair or re-dye it,
Yeah.
Like change in general.
Yeah, you're just like one day you look in the mirror and you're like, this needs to go. I need to do something else with it.
Right. Okay. Well, the summer, like right before start of junior year, my hair was like faded out from like being red,
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, you know what? I want to do something different, because it was like grown out, and I felt it was boring, starting to get boring. So I went ahead and I took some bleach and I bleached all my roots around my head.
You can just use regular bleach? Are you not supposed? I don't know if you're supposed to do it.
No. It's like
okay,
bleach specifically for hair.
Okay. Sorry, I just totally like old man boyed you. Like I'm so sorry. I knew that too. I knew that. I'm so sorry. I just lost my mind for a minute. Oh man, because I bleached my hair once and it turned orange, and I knew what you were talking about. I'm sorry. I just thought you just put your head in a bucket of. Oh my god. Oh, you can tell when Ben's been recording for like 6 hours today. Oh, okay, so you get excited. You're like, something needs, like you get this urge of like, I have to do something different and crazy.
Yeah, and I have all the stuff underneath my sink anyway, so I just said, "F it, we ball," All
right. So after you're done, you rinse it out.
Mm-hmm.
What's your first instinct when you look at it?
Well, because I just bleached it, no color in it yet. Yeah. I see that my hair did not fall out.
Okay.
Already happy about that.
Check. No, okay. Got it.
Right. I'm not bald.
Right.
It's great. We're happy about that. And I loved how it turned out because because right at the roots, you want it, because when you want to put color, you want to make sure it's like whatever color was previously there.
Mm-hmm.
You just want to make sure that it's like blank canvas, pretty much.
Okay.
So it was my virgin hair, like fresh, like never been touched, anything. So it was perfectly bleached. It was beautiful. And I was already happy. I was excited. I couldn't wait to put color. So I went ahead and I had this like brighter red. And I used this vegan dye. So like you could leave it in your hair all day. You know, it has like coconut oil, stuff like that. Great. And it smells so good. I went ahead and I put that all around this like bright red. And I leave it in for a couple hours. And then I finally rinse it out. And then just to see the vibrant, like, just the vibrantness all around, it was so cool.
It was all worth it.
Mm-hmm.
Better than you thought it was going to be?
Mm-hmm.
And then, so you want a career that you could technically do that to somebody and experience that with them.
Yeah. I want to help other people experience the same, like, excitement and stuff like that I feel, you know? Mm-hmm. That same joy, that same, like, boost of confidence, all of the above. Like, make them feel like they're shining, you know?
Like they want to do something crazy and you're there to help support them.
Yeah.
Be like, yes, you do it. Yeah. Like a weird, like, kind of like a weird peer pressure to be like, this is a good idea, I promise.
Yeah.
That is awesome. Do your friends do that? Like the first time you ever do their hair, like, did they get that reaction that you originally had?
The couple of people, like my friends, my cousin, they wanted me to do their hair because they wanted to like do whatever with it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they were like when they saw that after like results, they were like, oh my gosh, like I love this, I look so good, yada yada, like I'm so happy with it. And I was like,
oh. You're like, I did that.
Yeah.
Are there any subjects, current events, or causes that you're passionate about?
Subjects, current events, or
causes? It's a weirder question. A lot of people, this one got I think everybody's kind of like, they're not sure where I'm going with it. And you can take it wherever you want. Mm-hmm. Just curious on what kids are passionate about, what things, current events, a cause of any kind, or any particular subject.
Well, I mean, what was sort of, I guess we could say like what I sort of like mentioned earlier, mm-hmm. about like for teens coming out, you know.
Okay.
I'm kind of like passionate about that. I would always be like, just like talking about people's rights in general, you know.
I like it. Across the boards, the right to be who they want, to choose, mm-hmm. all of those things. Mm-hmm. Okay, I like it. I agree. I have nothing else to add to that right now. Who is the most influential person in your life?
My mom.
Why your mom?
Because, I mean, she had me at a young age, and she could have been like, nah, I don't want to deal with this kid. I want to be a teen. I want to be a young, wild girl and go out and party and stuff like that. But no. And then she took care of me. She took care of my sister. She had been through hell and back. Just so that she could do her best for us. Mm-hmm. You know? And she still does it to her day. To this day, she still does it. And, you know,
You ever thank mom for everything that have you actually stopped a conversation and then just acknowledged her for a moment and be like, hey, thanks for everything? Have you ever had one of those moments?
I think
because
so.
obviously she knows she loves you, that you love her and that you appreciate her, but have you ever taken that moment yet to just flat out just tell her?
I'm not sure. But I know a few times I've said you've already done so much, and I know you do all this stuff for us, you know. And I'm just happy. I think I've told her before that I'm just happy that she's our mom, you know.
I'm just thinking about it. When's the last time I told my mom? And I'm like, oh no. I'm like, have I? No, we did. We did the Mother's Day episode for her. It is interesting though. The only reason I kind of ask is in a couple of different conversations, and just in personal life and stuff. It's interesting that we don't take the time to thank and appreciate those, right? And then every once in a while, I think about it to be like, obviously, mom knows that we love her and that thank you for everything. But I think it's just that one extra. I appreciate for you being my mom, and I think so. It's awesome when you can. Not suggesting everybody everybody should just call her mom right now. Is basically what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
But okay. Do you have any fears that you're trying to overcome, or you would like to overcome?
Fears?
Yes.
My own mind.
Your own mind?
Yes.
Explain.
Because I overthink, just like any other person. Overthinking, getting into my head too much, That's not really helpful when it's your senior year and you gotta start thinking about college, and then what, if you want to have a career in something, how I said I've thought about cosmetology, and I want a career in that. I'm the only person that can push myself or stop myself from going forward with that.
Do you feel that you're holding yourself back now? Are you where you want to be, or do you think you're ahead or behind where you think you would want to be? Kind of a weird question. Sorry.
Well, I'm not ahead in where I want to be. I'm probably in between of behind or just right there.
Is it because you're focusing so much time on the think, overthink, repeat think, and then over repeat think?
Yeah.
Is the overthinking because you're scared to make the decision because you're is the overthinking like a weighing of pros and cons and the what ifs and the fear of doing it, and is it you trying to weigh, is the fear of me doing it worth the possible risks, that what if list that you have?
Yeah, what if I'm not able to go to school for it? What if I'm not able to make it my career? What if I get there and then it all crumbles apart and there was no point anymore? What if it what if in the future I'm trying to live in a house and whatnot, and that becomes not something like a stable job, career, and then I end up in a box on the side of the street,
So all those what ifs prevent you from being I should just maybe start researching and start doing it.
Yeah. And then there's the what ifs, if I try to go for it, then I fail. But then if I don't go for it, then I end up in a cubicle, depressed, and want to jump out the window.
Sorry, Mom. That's kidding. Do you have a fear of failure?
I do. A little bit, yeah.
If you and your friends wanted to podcast and it wasn't as big and blow up like you guys wanted to, would you consider that like a failure and then you would just hate yourself for trying it? Or would you prevent yourself from trying it because you're like, what if this doesn't sound good or it fails?
Well, it's not like I want us to go famous. I want to become a billionaire because of it. It's just like, oh, what if we do this for fun, you know? And if people listen, cool. And if people don't listen, it's whatever.
Right.
It's like that, you know?
So how come you can't apply that idea to cosmetology? Because you're like it is what it is. But cosmetology, you're like, I'm living in a box.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. It does make sense. I mean, they're apples and oranges. One is a career in which you would like to see it go somewhere, whereas one's more of a hobby. Who cares? But I think if you can find a happy medium between the two mindsets, it'll help you get off get you at least started into. But to be fair, I mean, I think a lot of people. I'm a huge I overthink for days, like to the point where I lose track of that. Like I overthink so much that I'm thinking subconsciously. Like I have to think twice. Like it's weird. I don't know. I think you just gotta do and try. What's the word? Like in theory, like if you try to go out and get I'm just trying to think, what's the worst thing that could happen if you failed and you didn't? Like if you try to go get a part-time job, like doing hair stuff, what's the worst that happens? But then, like, I don't know, like you get depressed and you're like, I hate everything, and then you live in a box. Like, okay. Well, I think it's fair. It's valid.
Yeah.
Anything else you're scared about or scared of? Do you have any phobias?
Phobias?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
You like clowns?
Clouds?
Clown.
Clowns?
Yeah.
Oh.
All right.
They're cool. Or whatever.
There is one. Hold on. This one is the funniest one ever. There's a duck phobia. And I don't know what it's called, but hold on.
A duck phobia.
Phobia about a duck. Okay, there's a phobia. There's a fear of being watched by a duck or goose somewhere in the world. You like you have this fear that somewhere there's a duck or goose thinking about you. Like specifically a duck or a goose. I don't even understand it, but it's amazing. They have a name for it. Obviously, I can't read names, so. What insecurities do you have, if you're willing to share?
Insecurities. Well, I, like any other person, I have a few insecurities about my looks. You know? And then...
Anything particular?
Like, some of my facial features and, like my body, you know?
Mm-hmm. It's not shaped or proportioned the way that you think it should?
Sometimes, yeah. Or, like, sometimes I'll think too much, like, oh, do I weigh too heavy? Do I weigh too little? Like, I think it's just, like, teenager brain.
Mm-hmm. Does that insecurity come from people specifically saying it, and or you're insecure about it because you think someone could say something about it?
Well, I've always, since I was younger, I was always like pretty skinny. And my family would always like say something about it, like, "Oh, you're so skinny," yada yada. Like my dad's side of the family, it's a bunch of girls, and they're like, "Oh, you're so pretty, you're so skinny, you could be a model, blah blah blah." And they would always just like comment on my body.
Mm-hmm. As a group, so now you got the group of them coming down on you.
Yeah, like my grandma, my tia, my older cousins, and it was like nothing weird, like nothing gross or anything, just like, right. Oh, like you could be a model, like just commenting about my body. And then right. Like 2020 when like quarantine happened, mm-hmm. Everybody like gained a bit of weight just being like just sitting at home, mm-hmm. And I gained a bit of weight, and I didn't pay attention to it, because like I look at myself every day, so I'm
right.
not really gonna notice. And then someone in my family pointed out that I was a bit chubby.
But do you see yourself, like, if they didn't say anything, are you happy with the way that you look? Like, do you think that you were chubby? Or like, did it bother you?
It bothered me a little bit, because, like, it was my grandma, mm-hmm. And it's not really great when, like, your family member's like, "Oh, you're a bit chubby." What? And it's like, I don't know. Because, like, I grew up with my one side of the family, like, commenting on my body and my mm-hmm. stuff like that. And because of that, like, I started, like, as I got older, I started wearing more baggy clothes because mm-hmm. I didn't want people to have anything to say about my body. Okay.
Are you more comfortable now than you were back then with?
Yeah, I'm a lot more comfortable now than I used to be. I still sometimes like look in the mirror and like feel kind of like icky, but mm-hmm. It's just like people have their days,
Yeah.
But now I don't like hide under huge shirts and huge pants, I wear stuff that I'm comfortable in,
So you grow out of it to the point where you stop worrying about so much what the family thinks and you can find a place where you're a little bit more comfortable, confident with yourself? Mm-hmm. We got one more question. We're going to end it with an up question.
Yeah.
Don't know how I wrote these out, and now I'm like, I should have reworded these in different orders. What childhood memory do you have that makes you smile?
Childhood memory that makes me smile?
Yeah. Your favorite moment when you were a child?
My favorite, one of them I'll say is when I was like a lot younger. I was in like from kindergarten to second or third grade. My aunt / godmother, she would pick me up from school once in a while, and depending on like if it was hot or it was cold, she would take me to the gas station and we would get a Slurpee or a hot chocolate. and she would play Disney music in the car. And whenever it was hot, she would always say, "Gosh, it's hot as tamales out there." It was awesome, and I always thought that it was so funny.
Oh man, it's the best when like the stupidest joke is like the one of the best memories that you have of somebody.
Yeah.
Do you have any questions for me? Is there one of the questions that I asked you that you would like to ask me?
Let me look. Hold on.
Oh my god!
I gotta look.
Well, because these episodes are going to go up in different orders from when I recorded them. The only reason I brought this up, and I didn't think you were going to jump at it, like you haven't been this excited in a while. So, but Pinky, I gave Pinky the opportunity to, and she went at it hard. I almost feel bad I didn't ask the rest of the teens, but I'll make sure they all get their chance to ask me a question. But yes, what like part of it is I have answers for most of them, and some of them I haven't really thought about it too much. So, but yes, I think it's fair. I mean, I grilled you on some questions. I think it would only be fair. I allow you an opportunity to ask me one.
Alrighty, let's see. I got a selection here.
Oh, what's my favorite movie? Not joking.
Okay. Let's see. You know what? Let's do.
I didn't think you had to print it out.
Let's do a little one. We'll do a little one. It's one that you didn't ask. What's a skill you're proud of?
A skill that I'm proud of. I think it would be the street smarts. For whatever reason, I remember going back like to when I was like when I was young. I always seemed to have like this way of viewing situations, and like I'm trying to think how to phrase it. Like I'm very good at like handling like real life ish scenarios, and I just remember as a kid like not being super smart. Like I was never really a smart kid in like the traditional sense, but yet I was able to do like street smart type things where like I felt comfortable like going inside paying for gas. Like I don't know if my son would do it today or my nephew. I don't know if JJ would, but it's just like all these like little things where I felt I was slightly ahead of the curve of being able to do more like semi-adulty type things, but just the mindset that I always had of like even in like junior high, I was selling candy to to kids, and like I had this like early concept of money, and it was like, and I think part of it was like taking care of my sisters and just being able to like see the world different from an academic side, because I think when I was little it was always like school related type stuff, but I always started trying to figure out the world. I think that's what I'm trying to get at is I started figuring out the world and how the world works before I figured out how to like read, write, and tie my shoes.
Right.
And I think it's a skill in that I'm able to adapt to different types of situations and just apply it to just a little bit of everything. And just I love understanding the way that the world works, and then trying to manipulate it to kind of help myself. And that's where the street smart comes in. Is like, how does the world work? How can I get more of the world, and then manipulate that a little bit to get it? And I think it's interesting to look at you guys and my son and stuff and see how you guys all handle things, and to be like, and I get judgy sometimes, and I'm like, that's not fair because it's completely different today versus 30 years ago. And I also, I think a little bit more, slightly differently because I was not good in school. Like, I'm not going to say I was dumb because I was definitely smart, but I definitely struggled in the academics.
Yeah.
But I definitely had a above average understanding of the world and what makes things tick. So I think my street smarts and my ability to adapt to random situations would be a pretty fun skill that I have.
All right, that's a valid answer.
Thank you. I'm curious. So now you have to listen to Pinky's because she asked me one.
Yeah, I want to know what I want to know what she asked you because I was being nice. I was being nice with mine.
It's like I'm not even gonna like. I was gonna be like, I don't want to try to egg anybody on because I don't want anybody. Of all the questions, I think there's only one. I think they're listed as 2 questions, but I think they all kind of tie into the same that I kind of just like a little bit nervous about. And it's only because I've mentioned it on like the regular podcast, and it's not something I'm like afraid or ashamed to talk about. It's just I haven't fully grasped what it is, like the fear question or the insecurity question is. I haven't fully like identified what it is yet, so that's the only reason why I'm uncomfortable with that particular question had you asked. And Liam will never listen to this, so he'll never ask me. But I think once I get to a point where I do get comfortable identifying and being able to speak a little bit more intelligently about it, it'll probably come out in a podcast, but I'll make sure that you guys all know, and I'll make sure you guys all hear the answer to that one. I think it would be fair because you guys it's interesting because with this podcast now 3 months, the 20-ish questions that I've asked all of you guys have really kind of put yourselves out there a little bit to be a little bit vulnerable and kind of answer some of these maybe a little bit more difficult questions to a bunch of strangers. And I think it's only fair that I do the same. And I try to do that on the regular podcast. Pinky, like you guys are bringing me into this, and I'm like, no, I don't like it. But if you guys asking me questions at the end of every month helps, like if you asking me questions helps hearing it from a different perspective or an older and adult, and you think that will help, then I'd totally support it, and I will accept whatever questions you guys want to ask. Depending on the question, obviously there might be a couple of caveats, but for the most part, I think I'm been pretty honest with the podcast. And then moving forward, I'll leave you guys some questions if you guys want to ask. But yes, so next month, you're going to be like, I got a list, Ben. Which one do you want? No, I appreciate you. You're going to be coming out on Friday. So who's that? Is that Mom?
Mom, are you hungry?
Hello.
How you doing, Mom?
Hi. Are you still recording?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're almost done. Like, we were done until you came in.
Yeah.
Oh, my bad. Okay, bye.
Oh, that's awesome. No, but I appreciate you. I think there was some. I appreciate your candidness and your openness, and appreciate you telling us a lot more about yourself, because I think it will help some of the others and anybody else listening. So, you have a good rest of the night. We'll see you next month.
All right.
And then, we'll just keep doing our thing. You have a good night.
You too.
All right. Bye. Whimsy.